So hi everyone and welcome to an introduction to Headspace. I'm very excited to be speaking to you today to share a little bit more about Headspace, meditation and mindfulness, and then a walkthrough of the app as well. So really excited that IQ has partnered with us to really help their residents and staff to embrace mindfulness in their day-to-day. So I'm hoping to give you some tools and resources that then you can go and explore. So just a quick hello from me. So I'm a partner success manager here at Headspace, and I've been here for just over 2 years. And my journey to meditation started a few years before that. And it was really at a time when I was very stressed. I didn't appreciate how stressed I probably was until I started to, sense that impact it was having on my relationships with my friends and family members. And it wasn't really until someone in my family, suggested, I think you need to do something and perhaps meditate. So they were actually using Headspace at the time. And so for me, it was really inconsistent to start with. But after I really gave it a go and said, okay, I want to meditate a few times a week, I really started to see those benefits, and that stress really started to reduce. And I was able to have a better relationship with it and just recognize what my stress sort of triggers were. And sort of through time and over time, my intention really has changed, whether it's from reducing or managing stress through to becoming healthier and happier. And for me now, it's really to take that time out for myself, that 10 minutes a day, and just look after my mind so that I can be the best version that I can be for my friends and family members and can show up in that really healthy and happy way. And the reason why I share that is because everyone's got a different story. There is no right and wrong way to meditate. It's a really unique practice to yourself, and intention can really change over time. So, what is Headspace? So Headspace is meditation made simple. It is your friendly guide in your pocket with over 1,000 hours of content that you can explore to really help you live life more mindfully. And you can see here some of the topics and collections of content and resources available to you. The Basics is our foundation course, which is really brilliant to help you on your journey from the first 10 days, but something that you can access and revisit time and time again. And for us, our mission is really to improve the health and happiness of the world. And we really believe that starts with you, the people around you, and this amazing, precious resource that we all have, which is the mind, but something that we often neglect. And with our app, we teach you meditation and mindfulness. So really great. As I mentioned, it's your friendly guide in your pocket that you can use at any time. And the beauty of it is that it fits into your life. No matter where you are, where you're coming from, we all have the same hours in the day. And just taking out those short minutes in your day to take care of your mind is something that you can do. It doesn't mean that we have to meditate for hours on end or go to retreats. It really can be as little as 1 to 3 minutes a day as well, and building up your practice from that. And meditation and mindfulness, it's a really old tradition and a technique that people have used to take care of their mind. So it's not something new, but we're just making it more accessible so you can start to look at these skills and tools to look after your mind. And so what is mindfulness? So it's this ability to be present and free from distraction with an open, curious and kind mind. And I particularly love this kind mind element because we can be really self-critical. So to be able to be truly present in the here and now without all of these thoughts coming and going is that essence of mindfulness. And I'm sure we've all had that experience before where we're truly present in a conversation with our friends or our partners. But we've also been really distracted, whether it's walking from A to B or, driving somewhere and you have no idea how you've got there. You just, autopilot is another way to look at it. So really distracted and just sort of lost in thought. And meditation is that training ground for mindfulness, where we typically sort of step out of our distractions and focus on our breath to really allow ourselves to cultivate that awareness and compassion for ourselves and also for other people. And so I'd love for you to join me now with a quick 1-minute meditation, which our co-founder Andy Puddicombe will lead. So just making sure that you're sitting comfortably with your feet on the ground, your back up straight and your hands in your laps.
So sitting comfortably, just taking a big deep breath in through the nose out through the mouth. As you breathe in, noticing how the body expands. As you breathe out, just watching the body soften as you gently close the eyes. And rather than the mind leading the breath, allow the breath to lead the mind. Notice the sensation of the breath. Notice it where you feel it in the body. If you need to, you can just gently place your hand on the stomach. And just following that rising and falling sensation. Nothing else to do. Allowing thoughts to come and go. And when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes again.
So hopefully you enjoyed that, and a really great example of how short it can be to really start to look after your mind with a quick 1-minute focus exercise. So this is one of our mini meditations that you can also find in the app. It's called Focus. These are great, again, sort of just to take that breath, to refocus, whether it's you're studying, you're going to a lecture, or you're joining a call with your team. Really great to just reset that presence. And I'd love for you to just remember the blue sky is always there. So this is one of the animations that we have available in the app and on our YouTube channel, and really great at just sort of, the blue sky is this essence of mindfulness that we all have the ability to experience, but the clouds, which are, white fluffy variety or the dark and stormy variety, represent the thoughts that we have. And those clouds and those thoughts will come and go, and that blue sky is always there. And so there is a lot of uncertainty and a lot of change, and that is something that we can't control. So I think it's really important to also point out here that we're aware that meditation can't solve everything, but it can be a really useful tool that we have to help us regulate our emotions. And while we can't control the pace of change around us, we can have a sense of control over our emotions and how we react to certain situations. And, with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of change comes increasing amounts of anxiety or stresses that we put on ourselves as well. So really taking that time to look after our mind can be really beneficial here. And when we start to look after our mind, it brings not only benefits to ourselves, but also those people around you as well. And so a little bit of background to Headspace. So some of you may be familiar to Andy and Rich. So Andy is our meditation and mindfulness expert that we just meditated with. If you're already using the Headspace app, you'll find his voice is very familiar. Andy started his journey when he was in his 20s, and he left his life in London to really explore the benefits of meditation and mindfulness in a deeper level. So he traveled to Asia, India, different monasteries in the Himalayas, really to understand and get these teachings from the teachers there. While he was there, he was ordained a Buddhist monk, so he is one of our credible experts. And it was really after 10 years that he came back to the UK to set up his consultancy to really bring all of these tools and techniques to the everyday person. Without the need to travel to the Himalayas or Asia, India to get these benefits. It was really about how do we bring these to the everyday person. And it was in that consultancy that a friend introduced Rich and Andy. And Rich was an advertising executive who had a really bad relationship with his mind, who was very stressed and very anxious. And he's very open about his story now. And so it was in their meeting that Andy was teaching Rich how to be kinder to his mind. But they started to talk about this mission that Andy had and Rich also had, is how do we improve the health and happiness of the world? And so Headspace started as an events business, and it sort of evolved the app that we have today, really to help us live life more mindfully in many different aspects. And that mission still exists, and it really is for everyone, no matter where you are in your journey, where you've been, where you're going, or where you've come from. It really is for everyone. We all have this mind that we can take care of. And the beauty of it is that you can do it anywhere. So typically we sit with our eyes closed, but when we talk about that, meditation in action, you can also do it with your eyes open, walking, eating, running, wherever you are, you can add those small moments of mindfulness. And you can do it with your team as well, whether it's your study team or university, your team at work, whatever it might be, you can really do it with your team by looking at your day. What does it look like? can you let someone know that you're meditating and ask them to join? There's some really great ways that you can encourage your team members to do it with you too. And so how do we know it works? And so there has been a huge amount of research into the benefits of mindfulness, not only into increasing compassion and awareness, but also decreasing stress, anxiety, and also blood pressure. And I'd love to share a little bit more about this study, which is an independent study, not using Headspace, on the benefits of meditation on the brain. And so this is an 8-week study where they used MRI scans to look at the brain and the changes in the brain. And what they found was that in response to meditation, a part of the brain called the amygdala, which is responsible for fight, flight, and stress, actually reduced in size. And so this is what I call the primal function of the brain, often the part of the brain that typically reacts the fastest in the most primal way. They also found that in response to meditation, a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex, or the executive function, responsible for critical thinking, decision-making, and planning, actually grew in size. And so this part of the brain is able to replace those primal thoughts and reactions with more thoughtful ones, and allowing us to just self-regulate and come back to baseline state far, far quicker. And for us here at Headspace, everything that we do is rooted in science. And so we have 26 published studies that if you want to read more, you can access them at any time on our webpage, and have over 75 research collaborations underway as well. And just some of the key studies here that I love to share. So just to give you a few minutes to read those. But key one that really sticks out for me is a 14% decrease in stress after just 10 days of Headspace. So just committing to that 10-day practice can really start to see some of those effects really quickly. And just to give you a snapshot of some of the content available in the app. So there is a huge amount of content in there, and I'm going to do a live demo in just a second so you can see in real time what this looks like. But we have a huge amount of content, particularly around reframe stress and relax, where we have all of our courses, which is anything from a 10 to 30-day course, from anxiety, stress, change management, but also anger, panic, and burnout as some of those different tools. All through to physical health, where we have mindful eating, cravings, mindful movement as well there. So I'm just going to share my screen. So what you'll be able to see here on the screen is the wake up. So the moving image here is the wake up, which is a daily dose of inspiring videos. Each day it'll be something different. So today is the science of when, all around productivity. You can then scroll down, you'll see your favorites, any featured collections that we've got, and today's mindful moment. The community story is really brilliant. It's a great way to connect with other Headspace members, just sharing how Headspace has helped them. If I then go along to the meditate tab, which you can see along the bottom, this is a collection of all of the different meditations that we have specifically for meditation. So again, you've got the featured content here at the top, any of the recent or featured courses that you're doing, as well as today's meditation, which is the daily changing meditation. So you can choose your teacher. You'll also be able to choose the length of that meditation. If you click on the settings icon and then hit play. So this is the daily changing one. So really brilliant if you're not sure what the theme is that you want to meditate with today, and it will choose it for you. Right through to any courses or singles or SOS moments, really in those moments of need. If you're looking for techniques and support, we've also got that called out in the techniques section here. So any of the animations all around the different techniques needed or obstacles that you might be facing as well. Moving along to the sleep, so really brilliant and popular course section of the app, one of my favorites as well. So again, we've got the featured course here at the top, which is a sleep cast. And the sleep cast is a changing story. So we've got a number of different stories here that you can choose from. And each night it's subtly different. So almost like the chapters in a book, they change and move around to have that subtly different experience each night. We have the wind downs, which are really brilliant to help you wind down before you go to sleep. So anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes to help calm that mind. Also the SOS moment. So if you find that you're waking up in the middle of the night, some really great meditations there to help you sort of calm that racing mind. And then we've got sleep music, soundscapes, and sleep radios, that background music to help you fall asleep. So again, really popular pieces there. If I then go onto the move tab at the bottom, so this is all around movement and keeping us moving with that layer of mindfulness. So we've got a number of cardio exercises with Kevin Hart, with our instructor Kim, and also Leon. So some great pieces in there to really help you get moving. Anything from our feel good yoga to help you start your day, throughout the day, but also those wind down sessions as well, through to quick workouts, move minis, everything from 10 to 28 minutes as well. So really is something for everyone. And then if I click onto focus, so really brilliant to help us focus in on what matters to us most, whether it's a project or something that you're doing at home, really brilliant to helping us sort of get into that zone. We've got the focus music, which is a curation of different playlists from different artists each month in collaboration with our Chief Music Officer, John Legend as well. So you can see some of the different playlists there. We've also got some sort of ambient background music here, so different themes that you can also listen to, in the background. These are really brilliant. We've got different focus exercises then as well, so any sort of single meditations, working from home, so really creating those boundaries to start your day, as also to ending your day. And then particularly for support for students, so exam prep and leaving home as well. So these are called out for support for students, but all of the content that we have here are applicable to you as well. So whether it's the focus exercises or music, you can apply this to any part of your day. And then we also have the Mindful Earth, so a really beautiful part of the app, which is in partnership with our BBC Earth last year. So 10-minute episodes. It's not a meditation, it's just going into the different screens and watching nature unfold. So really great to step out of our busy, distracted mind and into nature. As I mentioned there, we've also got our energy shots with Kevin for different themes each day, which are also in our Wake Up series. And then any soundscapes, again, really great to help us focus in on those things that matter to us. I also just wanted to call out that the explore icon at the top, so the magnifying glass, will be accessible from any part of your app. So you'll see here the different topics and courses that we've got. So any of our new collections, you'll see at the top of the screen, whether it's Feel Good Yoga, Mindful Eating, Mindful Money, really have a play around with some of the courses and content available in here as well. Right through to the beginning meditation, which is a really great place to start if you're new to Headspace and meditation. So we have the basics, as I mentioned earlier, it's our foundation course, right through to learning the techniques. And if we keep scrolling, you'll find the mini meditations. So one of the ones that I did earlier was the focus. Something that I personally do, and you can see my favorite on there, is the unwind. And I do this at the end of my day, at my working day. So I have those boundaries between, studying or working, but also to my evening as well. So really great to have those boundaries. We've also then got the different courses here. So reframe, stress and relax. Depending on what you're looking for here, we've got brilliant courses in there around different themes as well. So if you're looking for something specific, you can go through the topics list, but you can also use the search at the bar at the top. So whether you're looking for a walk, if you're going to get some fresh air, if you type in walk, all of the different courses and exercises related to that will also appear in here as well. You may be aware that we have different teachers. So if you prefer Eve's voice to help you meditate, if you type in Eve, all of the content with Eve will also appear here. And then finally, if you go into your profile, the top left-hand corner, you'll be able to see here that we've got buddies. So really brilliant to add your friends to this. So as you can see here, I've got a message from Paige. So you can leave each other really nice motivational messages from this selection here to keep them going. all through to your statistics and your journey here, just to keep track. And so what's really brilliant here is the check-in. So this is the stress check-in. And allows you to check your progress over time, personal to you, so that you can access this at any time. And what you can see here is your stress levels over time, through to your mindful moments and your journey to meditate. So just some really helpful and useful tools that you can get started. And so back to the presentation. So when we think about where you could start, it's really important to think about your intention and reflect on your why. And this can be a really great time to just find and set those intentions and identify where you'd like to start to get a little bit healthier and happier. And 3 tips to make a habit stick. So schedule your practice to the same time, same place every day. So really having that consistent practice can be really beneficial in making sure that we stick to that. 2, be realistic and start off slow. So making sure that you're setting yourself goals that you'll be able to achieve. Why not start with, I want to meditate 3 times a week for 3 minutes, and really starting to build that practice up. And 3, pair your meditation or mindfulness with an existing habit. So if you have a hot drink in the morning and then you meditate, or have breakfast, then meditate, find that anchor that you already have, that existing habit, and then add, your minutes of mindfulness after that as well. It really helps with keeping that habit in place. And so how to sign up. So you can either scan the QR code here or follow the URL there, and it will take you to this page where you'll just need to enter your details here to sign up for the subscription. And finally, if you need some help, we've got our FAQ page here, all around practical and technical tips and guidance to help you on your way. So this is at help.headspace.com. And so in just a few minutes a day, looking after your mind, you can really improve the health and happiness of yourself, but also those people around you. And finally, remember, the blue sky is always there. So thank you so much for joining and listening today. I wish you all the health and happiness, and thank you and take care.